Hi there, Taurus. I'm Jennifer Angel, and this is my report for you for this next year, the 2018. What a great year it's going to be as well. There's a lot of changes happening this year, a lot of planets, outer planets that are moving, so it's exciting. There's a lot going on, but there's a lot of change happening too, and I know that you don't really like change. Taurus doesn't really like change that much, but I think you sort of realize that it's necessary to evolve and move on. But if I could put into one sentence what your year is about, here it would be. So this is a year for Taurus to courageously step into the unknown and take charge of the changes in your life, okay? So you want to remember, when life gets messy, that's when it starts to change, okay? And when you get that messiness and the changing that comes with it, then you're heading into a new phase, okay? And that can be really, really exciting. And I don't know about you, but most people I've spoken to are pretty pleased to see the back of 2017. But the thing is to recognize, what were the great things that happened in 2017. Learn from your lessons, of course, give them some thought, put them behind you, and then move forward, because, whatever you're thinking about the past or the future, you're not living in the now, okay? And this really is where the power is. Okay, so let's go through the actual areas of your life, see what comes up, and then we can have a look at month by month, see, what comes out there again. And so we're looking at the solar chart, of course, and it's powerful, the solar chart. I mean, it amazes me. People say, how can this one reading be right for all Taurus? And say, well, it's a matter of you have to analyze and, see what you get out of the material and the vibration that's happening for the year. And then, of course, the other layer, the important layer that goes on the top, is your natal chart, your birth chart. Now, if you haven't had your wheel done, it's a great idea to do that. There's lots of sites on the internet that do free horoscope wheels. So then, you can see where your planets are located, what house they're in. The more accurate you can get with your birth date is the best, of course. Then you can, that's really a start to know the degrees and where your planets are. That's a great thing to know if you're following astrology. And then, of course, you can book a session with an astrologer, someone like myself, to do a chart reading or a astrological life coaching reading that I do. All right, so let's have a look at love. So you really can be lucky in love this year. If you're single, then it's up to you to recognize love and act on it. You want to dare to be different as well, okay? So, and if you're in a relationship, then, working together, you can achieve some amazing things together. But you have Jupiter, right opposite your sign. Jupiter's a planet of abundance and advancement and knowledge, and so, it allows you to just open up to love more. It really is the planet of opportunity. So, but the thing is with opportunity is that it can sort of come knocking on the door, but it's up to you to open the door, otherwise it can just pass you by, go to the next door, okay? So that's where it's up to you to sort of grasp the opportunity. But certainly it's a great time for love. It's a great time to meet someone or take your relationship sort of further. And in November, when Jupiter will move into your solar 8th house, a house of intimacy, then this is going to be a great time to lead up to just feel more comfortable with someone, that you can be more intimate with them. And I don't mean intimate as in sex. Well, I mean that too, but there's much more to intimacy than sex and passion. It's about feeling safe to share more of yourself with someone, okay? And that's the sort of intimacy that you're leading up to with a relationship. And so it's nice. So it's going to be a nice year, I hope, for all of you with love. Now let's have a look at your career. So, when the notes here I have, when you follow your heart, and that's the main thing, then that's when you walk your soul purpose. So the thing is to get to know what it is that you really want in your life, okay? And we've got Saturn has just moved in, late December, into your solar 9th house. This is your area of soul purpose, and Saturn governs business, many other things, of course, but it's very helps you to set solid foundations down. And in this sense, it's like a message for you, and certainly the vibrational energy there is for you to follow your dreams, be true to you, and that's where your real business success will come from. And not only that, that's where your satisfaction and joy will come from. I mean, I think we all have like a purpose in life, and with Saturn and Pluto, of course, is a slow-moving planet, been in this area of your chart since 2008, going to be there until 2024. So it's a 16-year transit. So you want to make, you want to, we do have another, like 2004. 5, another 6 years, but you want to make the most of that, okay? And the Saturn transit in this area is a 3-year transit, so it's really like an opportunity for you to change direction if you want to, because changing direction doesn't happen overnight. You have to think about it, plan it, get like some action points. You might have to re-educate yourself as well, and this area of your chart is very good for re-educating, settling down into a study program, okay? It's very, very, very good for business on all levels. So that's a great thing, I think, an opportunity for Taurus over this next, particularly this year, because I think when a planet just moves in, it's like transiting out of one sign and ingressing into the other sign, and Saturn just did this late December. That's really, I feel, where it's really more powerful, because you've got that intense critical degree that you can work on, all right? Okay, so let's talk about money. So, as your life changes, and so does everything else, and you need to sort of think maybe differently about how you deal with money. Are you happy with your money, your financial situation? Might be a good time to adopt new ways of managing your cash. Now, particularly as Uranus is moving into your sign this year. Now, Uranus is been in the sign before yours for about 8 years or so, and let's just have a check on that. So it's moving in on May the 15th, and so anything to do with Uranus is really revolutionary. that's the word. And of course, Taurus, you govern. You're the house that you sit in, the second house. It doesn't govern finances, material security, monetary structures. So with Uranus coming in, and anything that happens under Uranus, vibration is, you know, it's quite different. It can be sudden. It can come out of the blue. In this sense, it's about an 8-year transit. So let's just round it off to say this next decade can be, you know, quite significant in changes that can happen with money. So we can have new forms of banking and financial structure, and it can give you more freedom. And what we're seeing right now is that this whole Bitcoin and electronic money is really kicking ahead, and quite quickly. It's been around for a while. It seems to have, you know, stronger presence now. The international money people have been telling us for some time there's likely to be a change. So I don't know. Maybe there will, maybe they won't. I'm just saying that Uranus coming into your sign does support that thinking. So this is a great time for you to really get up to date with changes, start focusing on money more. Looking at your different options, and particularly because for you, Taurus, you're great at looking at the pros and cons. You're great at looking how, you know, getting the facts down so you can make good choices, all right? And that's a great thing for you to do right now. All right, let's have a look at your spiritual side. So let's see. So to develop your spirituality this year, it takes conscious effort to do that, okay? So the more time that you can put in to learn more about yourself, your spirituality, how you feel, the more personal rewards that will follow from that, okay? And certainly with Chiron coming in, which is a planet of healing, or often called the wounded healer, coming into the sign before yours, and that area of your intuition, spiritual awareness, it's a time where you can do any past healing that perhaps could be blocking you or holding you back. Again, there's lots of material, free for a small price, for a big price, anything in between. Lots of material on YouTube and on the internet that you can just start by, you know, listening to some YouTube videos about how to change your belief pattern. That's a good thing, I think, to start with that vibration. Okay, let's go along now and have a look at what's happening through the months. So to start with, January sort of kicks off with really a sense of travel, a sense of freedom, a sense of planning, and certainly focus on career and business. What are you going to do for the future? How are you going to move forward to the future? And not just for career, but what is it that you want? How do you see your life? Do you have a long-term plan? If you don't, then right now and January is a good time to sort of get that in place. It's always a good time to get that in place. February is more about the business and certainly doing something different. Like if you wanted to have a change in business, then that could sort of start the ball rolling in February, or certainly you can sort of come up with a great creative concept that can sort of kickstart it and just sort of do whatever you're doing with your career. Even if you make no changes, it's like you can come up with some like creative, fabulous ideas that are just going to put you ahead of the pack, okay? Knock out your co-workers and your competitors. March is a very social month, and it's a social month where you can decide to let go of some people in your life. It's like March is about you connecting with the people that you feel you're more in line with. And if you've got people in your life that are not on the same wavelength, then don't be surprised if you part company with them. That vibration goes through April as well. There's still lots of learning for the first like quarter of the year, and going in, particularly for the first quarter of the year, you could very well be learning something new, studying, going in or back to school almost, but it doesn't have to be that, drastic. I mean, you could be just, as I said, there's an enormous amount of information on the internet right now, or, always, and more, and some of these, you can be introduced to fabulous teachers, and when you go onto their site, it's generally a range of price ranges where you can, continue their sort of learning and teachers. So this whole electronic age has made it very, very accessible right now. All right, so, and then we get through to the middle of the middle of the year. There's great sort of monetary things that can happen right through the around the middle of the year. There's more discussions. There's more like what you're doing on a business level can pay off on a financial level. And then we go into like July. There's more focus on your family. Jupiter is in your in your 7th house, as I said earlier, your relationship house, I mean, pretty well all year, I would say. So we'll get sort of through there and see. But so relationships are, they are like a huge feature in your life. So, the big features in your life this year are relationships, your spirituality, getting to know what you want, and learning something new and putting that into practice, particularly in your career zone, okay? And going through to August, there still seems to be focus on your family area. And September, you want to bring the focus back to you more, particularly your health and well-being. Don't let that slip to the bottom of the list. There seems to be some urgency or motivation or excitement around business in September as well, and going through October. Relationships are highlighted again in November, and we close the year off very big on relationships. I wonder if you're gonna, some people will be making it more permanent there. So, that would be very, very nice. And that vibe of just learning more for business and self-development continues right through the year. And when Jupiter moves into Sagittarius in November, it's still in your relationship areas. So that sort of indicates that you can gain a great deal of connectivity with someone, but also have your own freedom, okay? And that's always a very, very nice thing if you can, make that sort of happen, all right? Okay, so it's a fabulous year. I really personally have huge hopes for this year for all the signs and just the vibration that's going on. Will there be some challenges? Of course. What's a year without it? And we'll pick that up as we go through the weekly reports and my monthly reports on the website. Stay tuned to the website. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter on jenniferangel.com, go ahead and do that. There is a free handout there. When you subscribe, you get the link to download my Love for Life exercise, and that would be really good for you, really good for everybody, really, but good for you right now. Even if you're in a relationship or looking for love, then it's an exercise that just helps you open up more for love and get more clarity, okay? So go ahead and do that. Now, if you subscribed on the old system and you didn't receive that, then just send me an email and I'll send it to you, okay? All right, so love and luck to you. Sending you much love and blessings, and I look forward to seeing you all the way through 2018. So it's going to be a terrific time. I certainly hope for all of us. Okay, so bye for now.